Hey y'all, Dekumon here and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Sorry about the shorter video. I'm not sure actually how long that's going to be. I haven't had a chance to edit it yet, but it's a little hot outside right now and it's kind of impeding my ability to make a long recording. So if I start dripping on my microphone, if you hear the little drip, drip, drip of water, that's me. That's me sweating myself into submission. Anyway, last time we continued the 2.3 storyline with a little bit of, I don't know, I guess the best way to put that would just be like a little down to homey time. Tataru in the miner's outfit is adorable. And then we got to spend some time with the greenhorns of Mordona. And now it seems Alphinaud has something special in mind. Thank you for coming, Dekumon. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Color me interested, good sir. Also, obviously, I sound a little better. I'm not quite so nasally as I was. That'll teach me to record at 5 in the morning. Recruiting the realm. Pray forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the Seventh Astral Era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. Oh, is that what you're planning on making? A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land and directed against threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Yet, while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus toward unification draining away. Thus have I been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It will be on a much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation accorded to the Scions. 'Tis my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Oh, you're gonna make yourself your own grand company, huh? Also, being a primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of a descendant. Oh yeah, Minfilia would never abuse the military. The Scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. But as you yourself have witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what even we can achieve. Hence the reason for more help. With this new company under the Scion's command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing your formidable talents. The goals of my proposed organization and those of the Scions are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. But before I can move forward with establishing this precursor to the true, border-spanning Grand Company, 'tis yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members, while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Oh, I half expected you to drag me in front of the leaders and be like, hey, this guy says we should do this, let's do it. Okay, that's stoic nod again. I really need to keep a counter when I start Heaven's Word. Thank you. 'Tis reassuring indeed to know that the bringer of light and his discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Our first destination will be Limsa Laminsa. Let us rendezvous at Bulwark Hall. Making our own grand company. Alright, Bulwark Hall. That's, Limsa, okay. Off to meet with the Admiral first, I guess, huh? Ah, there you are. I'm ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Blofusworm. While the Admiral and I are finalizing promissory boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, 'tis no matter that should they already be pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you're satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship landing counter that we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. So, just gonna be recruiting around Limsa, huh? Wow, 5 recruits on the upper decks. Oh, these are some big search areas. I'm gonna be wandering around a little bit. This should be fun. Well, there's first one, Cavalian, huh? An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity. I must say, your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens will know that there is a time to act and a time to watch. And I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. Something tells me I'm gonna get that response a lot. Also, holy cow, this search area is still here, which means there's obviously someone else I've got to find in this big ass zone. What about you, Mr. Marauder? You want to join the trial company?
Master Alphinaud's new organization? Yes, I had heard the formation of his trial company was in the offing. 'Tis with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Limsa must needs receive my full attention.
Why the hell did I even talk to you if you're the commander of the Yellow Jackets? There's no way you could do this. Wow, you are definitely a pirate. There is no arguing this point.
Eh? Who in the bloody hells do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sodden knight in shining plate. If you're looking for a self-righteous fop, try knocking on that dandy Cavalian's door.
I already did that. He said no.
Don't blame him.
Really? I'm going to ask the guildmaster of the armorers if she wants to join. Yeah, this is a good idea.
A precursor to United Eorzea and Grand Company. While I do admire the scope of your ambition, my responsibilities here at Naldic and Vermillies keeps me close to the forge. I have not the time to be trespassing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions.
Well, I suppose that's as good as I'm gonna get. Well, can I go 1 for 5?
Well, if it's linked Dekumon, I don't forget to venture brave enough, or daft enough, to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember Old Reel, don't you? Formerly of the Company of Heroes. 3 whistles at Bronze Lake. It ain't often I drag my ass out to Limsa for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. How fare you these days? You looking to put together a new crew? Top tier work. Ha! Sounds like a right lark it does. Alrighty lad, count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into big grave just yet.
Oh, finally! I finally got 1 recruit out of 5. Sheesh. Well, Alphinaud, hopefully you had better luck than I did. Sheesh.
Dekumon, your recruiting went well, I trust. I am curious as to how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsa Laminsa. A member of the legendary Company of Heroes indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. Few could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I too was successful in my task.
I don't call what I did successful. I found 1 person. 1.
The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Elder Seedseer proceeds as smoothly. Pray continue on to Gridania at your own pace. I shall await your arrival at Nofisha's altar.
Nofisha's altar. That's right by the... Yeah, I thought so. It's right by the Conjurer's Guild. You gotta love Aetherites. They're so handy.
My audience with the Elder Seedseer is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you would once more see to the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deem the well of potential candidates as run dry, let us rendezvous at the airship ticket counter as before.
Alright, well where would these guys be? At least they're all in Old Gridania, and there's only 4 of them this time. And the search areas aren't near as massive as they were. That's gonna make my job actually a fair bit easier. Laurentis, you sound familiar.
Oh gods, can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Eh? Could it be that you don't remember me? It is I, Laurentis, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler and a regular patron at Buscarin's.
Oh, I remember you! You're the jerk that kept running away and was helping the Garleans. How'd you get out of jail? Yes, now I remember. Who? Yeah, sure, why not?
Well, of course you do. I was beginning to wonder if Gowl had changed me more than I realized.
Oh wait, that says pronounced jail. I don't know why they spell it like that.
Not that I have any particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Gridania? Recruiting, eh?
And what is your policy on reformed convicts? As matters stand, the Wood Whalers will have not more to do with me. This may just be the second chance I was looking for. Reverend's Toll, you say? I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this, I promise you. I am a changed man.
And if you fuck up, well, I'm gonna stab you right in the ass with this here rapier. Well, on the plus side, I can't have worse odds than I did in Limsa, because there's only 4 people here to talk to.
Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back gives up on you for good. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, we were just... Oh, Dekumon, wasn't it? It has been some time since our paths crossed outside of Copperbell Mines. Why, you've come barely more than a novice adventurer then. But look how far you've come. Mother Milene tells me it was you who felled the fearsome Black Wolf. And now you seek stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order. Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen Tez Izulo safely home.
Wow, I am 2 for 2 in this place. I'm loving it.
Oh.
Is this... It is, isn't it? This is the butler guy from the Hawkeye Manor quest line.
You would offer this old man a place at your company of champions? I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young master, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon the land.
Well, at least he had a good reason for turning us down.
I think I actually recognize you. It is not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited. This company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such time as your organization is more organized.
Okay, fine. Oh well. 2 out of 4 is not bad. Better than the last time. Well, we did a little better this time, Alphinaud.
What news, Dekumon? For my part, the elder Eorzea was most amenable to our requirements. A former wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer. Our company will not lack for variety, that much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike into Uldar while the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavor to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close.
And then there was 1 location left.
Uldar, the gilded city, where one's fortune defines one's worth. I hope some manner of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous 2. Might I suggest descending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are complete. Good hunting, Dekumon.
It literally just walked through me. Okay, fine. Lower levels. 5 again, huh? Oh no, not Landbert. Oh yeah, this guy's gonna join us for sure.
Have you come to tell me the news, soldier? Well, I've already heard it. Seems the would-be savior of Uldar's refugees went and got himself killed, and not by your hand. He was just as much a pawn as the hapless cast-offs he sought to deceive. Eh? That's not why you're here. Aye, you'd be surprised what rumors drift down to Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours, and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved in it. Whispers on the street say your organization is funded by corrupt coin, by syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for.
I don't really think the syndicate's funding this, but okay. Now I know I've talked to you a couple times.
A company that looks to cure the ills of the entire realm. Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next door over, let alone the conundrums of a neighboring nation.
Yeah, I didn't think you were going to be much help. You're a merchant. Now you I do not recognize.
Oh, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me perchance? I am Osrin of the Church of St. Adama Ladama.
Oh, you were one of the Oris from the church.
Thank you again for your timely rescue. And I must also thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from preying on tribans less fortunate. A most upsetting business. Are you here with your companion, Thancred, was it? Ah, 'tis new companions you seek then. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force for good, but my place is at the church with the children. Nevertheless, I will wish you well in this undertaking.
Yeah, and really, dude, you really expected her to give any possible answer other than no. Also, my search circle's not going away. The other person must be really close by, or I completely missed them. Really, a weaver?
I'm sorry. You wish to recruit me? Is this some new-fashioned manner of propositioning a lady?
Oh. I apologize, that is the wrong voice for you.
Well, I'm afraid you are wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for. Good day to you, sir.
Yeah, this is turning into limps all over again.
Wilred, huh? I'm pretty sure I have talked to you at some point. Wait, you're the man who came to Little Alamigo looking for that mass devil. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't? I'd probably be dead, and a whole lot more of my friends besides.
Oh, you were the one who was gonna be something crazy with the Ascian. I think I remember you.
We were such fools. Anyway, that disaster really got me to thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I'd been manipulated and vowed to make of myself a more worldly man. So here I am, a new company of champions. And you say it will take me to all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly like the kind of opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Alamigo. I've prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there.
Well, 1 out of 5 again, I suppose. Well, that's as good as it's gonna get. Well, Alphinaud, it was basically limps all over again.
How fared you, Dekumon? What hidden gems did the streets of Uldar offer up to your unrelenting gaze?
Yeah, just one, sorry.
A single Alamigan youth. Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of Eorzea's salvation must seem akin to grasping at clouds. But there are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless, and the hope that inspires these people was born in no small part from the victories you yourself have won. Thank you, Dekumon. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning.
And another nod.
And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana also graced my trial company with her blessing. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the documents signed, and the finances secure. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step.
Yeah, about the finances.
You are concerned by the Syndicate's involvement, as was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outside sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. And as for the rumors and doubts surrounding this enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone for a united Eorzea.
Well, he's confident. Oh, extra cutscene. I was not expecting an extra cutscene. Uldar at night. It's actually pretty beautiful. Let me guess, we're gonna run into Teji out of Leggy. Oh, no. The Sultana. She's worried about something. You can almost see it on her.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alphinaud's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together.
Wow.
Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
Yeah.
We have all pledged our cooperation. Yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity.
You guys are all worried, aren't
I
you?
myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong.
Wow. So she's worried that just like the Avengers, they're going to be a force unto themselves. Yeah, I remember, I know, I was talking kind of about the Avengers at the end of the last episode. It's like, what are you planning on doing, Alphinaud? You're assembling an elite force of fighting that answers to no one but us? Yeah, that's the Avengers, just without quite so many superpowers.
Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
Ugh. Yeah, that might actually be a problem.
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies.
That's good.
And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the warrior of light would betray our cause.
See, I was used as a symbol, even, remotely.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands.
That's an interesting phrase.
Cannot be done about Kalechi?
I could still stab him in the back. Pretty
I
simple.
explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime.
Oh.
To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
Gotta find some evidence to this pain in the ass.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing?
Oh. Poor Nanamo. She doesn't deserve this.
What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Oh. Oh, hugs. Oh. Poor Nanamo.
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
It was kind of a heartbreaking little scene there. This is not a journey I soon wish to repeat, but I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our effort is at hand. I must see to the preparations for the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services, Dekumon. I am certain the Ascendant will be relieved to see you free for other duties. And what? Do I have other duties? Am I actually going to have other duties now, or is it just going to be mess around with the people of Mordona again? Heretical harassment. Greetings, Dekumon. Alphinaud tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. The Scions shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Tataru is cooperating with Alphinaud to see all is in readiness, so I'm afraid the recruits themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived in Revenant's Toll of late, and I wonder if Slaffborn might not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him and see if there's aught he requires? Slaffborn again. I feel bad, because every time I talk to Slaffborn, I feel like I give him a different voice. I suppose that's just the problem with a game like this, where there's just so many characters, all the voices just start jumbling together, especially for characters like this, who tend to be rather minor and only show up once or twice, or in this case, like 5 or 6 times.